What if I told you that right this moment, men everywhere are being subtly tested by women, and most of them don't even realize it? Think back to those moments when a conversation with a girl seemed to be going perfectly, until she suddenly lost interest or got distracted. Sound familiar? Chances are that was a test. And if you reacted poorly, by getting annoyed, frustrated, or insecure, you probably didn't pass. This kind of testing isn't new. Women have been sizing men up for centuries. Back in the day, a man's confidence was everything, while men often judged women based on looks. Though times have changed, the essence of those old dynamics still lingers. But now the tests have evolved. Today, we're diving into some of the most common confidence tests women use to gauge a guy's emotional strength and how to pass them like a pro. 1. The playing hard to get test. One of the most classic ways women test a man's confidence is by playing hard to get. This isn't just some outdated dating tactic. It's still used today because it works. It's designed to separate the genuinely confident men from the ones who are easily shaken. It typically starts with a bit of chemistry. Maybe she's laughing at your jokes, lightly touching your arm, or leaning in when you talk. Everything seems to be going perfectly. But then, out of nowhere, she pulls back. She checks her phone, starts talking to someone else, or suddenly acts like she's no longer interested. At first, you might think you did something wrong. But in most cases, this is intentional. It's a test to see how you'll respond when the attention isn't fully on you anymore. Will you start chasing her? Will you panic or become clingy? Or worse, will you get upset and leave? All of these reactions reveal insecurity, and that's exactly what she's looking for. If you can't handle a little emotional pressure, she'll assume you lack confidence. The best way to pass this test is simple. Don't react emotionally. Stay cool. Instead of chasing, just continue being your confident self. You can even start a new conversation with someone else nearby. This shows her that you're not desperate for validation and that you have other options. Ironically, when she sees you're unaffected, her interest often spikes again. Remember, confidence isn't about forcing things. It's about staying composed when things don't go as expected. That's what truly sets men apart in these moments. 2. The embarrassment or insult test. This test might sound a bit harsh at first, but it's actually more common and more playful than you think. Sometimes, a woman will tease you, make a light joke at your expense, or even embarrass you in front of others. This isn't done to hurt you. Rather, she wants to see how you handle a little social pressure. Think about your childhood friends. You probably teased each other constantly, not to be mean, but to have fun and build camaraderie. That same dynamic plays out in dating, only now it's also a way to evaluate your emotional resilience. Imagine you're in a group setting and you do something goofy. Maybe you trip, spill your drink, or completely miss a shot during a game. Everyone laughs and she joins in. At that moment, you have two choices: get upset and defensive, or laugh it off and own it. How you respond says everything. If you react with anger or retreat in embarrassment, it signals insecurity. But if you can smile, crack a joke about yourself, and keep your cool, you're showing that you're confident and comfortable in your own skin. Women admire men who don't take themselves too seriously. Being able to laugh at yourself shows emotional maturity and a secure sense of self-worth. It's not about being a clown, it's about not letting minor embarrassments shake your confidence. So, the next time she makes a playful jab or a little joke at your expense, don't take it personally. Smile, play along, and use it as an opportunity to showcase how unfazed you are. That's how you pass this test and leave a lasting impression. 3. The jealousy test. The jealousy test is one of the most powerful ways women gauge a man's self-confidence, and it's surprisingly effective. Picture this. You're on a date, everything's flowing smoothly, and there's clear chemistry between you. Suddenly, she starts giving attention to another guy. Maybe she smiles at him, touches his arm, or throws a flirty comment his way. Most men feel an immediate surge of jealousy, and that's exactly what she's looking for. not because she wants to hurt you, but because she wants to observe your reaction. If you start acting possessive, confrontational, or defensive, you've just shown her that your confidence is fragile. Getting upset shows insecurity, and no woman is attracted to a man who loses control that easily. Worse, if you accuse her or try to compete with the other guy, you're falling into the exact trap she set. This test is less about the other man and more about how solid you are emotionally. So how do you pass this test? Stay calm and unfazed. Act as if it doesn't bother you in the slightest. Maybe even smile and carry on with your own conversation or activity. This tells her that you're not easily shaken and that you're not threatened by other men. Ironically, your indifference will often make her even more interested in you. Women are instinctively drawn to men who radiate quiet confidence, the kind of man who doesn't feel the need to compete or prove himself. Remember, jealousy is a natural emotion, but how you handle it defines your strength. Stay cool, and you'll not only pass the test, you'll stand out as someone who's genuinely secure in himself. 4. The cold shoulder test. At first glance, the cold shoulder test might look like she's losing interest. 1 minute she's laughing at your messages, sending flirty emojis, and keeping the conversation going. Then out of nowhere, her responses become dry, her replies slow down, and the playful energy disappears. It's easy to panic in moments like this, thinking you've done something wrong, but don't jump to conclusions just yet. Often, this is a calculated test to see how you'll respond when things don't go your way. Women know that when they pull back, most guys will start chasing. They'll double text, ask what's wrong, or start pouring out attention in an attempt to fix things. But that's exactly the behavior she's watching for. If you get clingy or anxious, you've failed the test. It shows you rely too much on her validation. What she wants to see is whether you can remain confident and unaffected even when she turns cold. To pass this test, you need to do one thing: stay grounded. Don't chase, don't complain, and definitely don't guilt trip her. Just go about your day as usual. If she's genuinely interested in you, she'll come back. If she doesn't, she was never serious to begin with, and you saved yourself time and energy. Remember, confidence isn't just about what you say or how you act when things are going well. It's about how you carry yourself when the energy shifts. If you can stay composed during the cold shoulder phase, it shows her that your mood and self-worth aren't controlled by her attention. That's the kind of maturity that makes a man stand out. 5. The value test. The value test is one of the deeper, more subtle ways a woman evaluates a man's character. It's not just about whether you're fun, charming, or attractive. It's about whether you truly stand for something. Women want to know if you live by your values or if you fold under pressure to please them. This kind of test can come in many forms, but it usually shows up when you draw a boundary and she pushes against it to see what you'll do. For example, let's say you tell her you don't like going clubbing. You'd prefer a chill night, good conversation, maybe a cozy dinner instead. She agrees. But the next time you're making plans, she insists on going to a loud club. If you stick to your boundary respectfully, you pass. If you cave just to avoid tension or make her happy, you fail. She's not just testing your preference for nightlife, she's testing whether you respect yourself enough to say no. This doesn't mean being rigid or controlling. It means knowing what matters to you and standing by it without being aggressive or apologetic. When you live according to your values, whether it's your time, principles, or lifestyle, it tells her that you're a man with direction and integrity. That's far more attractive than someone who says yes just to avoid conflict. In the end, it's not about being inflexible, it's about being authentic. Women don't want a guy who agrees with everything they say. They want someone who knows who he is and doesn't compromise that identity for approval. If you can politely stick to your values, even when it's uncomfortable, you'll earn respect and attraction in a much deeper way. So there you have it. 5 of the most common and subtle ways women test your confidence. The truth is, these tests aren't meant to bring you down. They're just ways of figuring out who you really are when the mask comes off. Are you easily rattled? Do you need constant validation? Or can you stand your ground and stay cool no matter what? The guys who pass these tests aren't necessarily the richest or the best looking. They're the ones who stay calm under pressure, who laugh off a little teasing, and who know exactly what they bring to the table. That's the kind of confidence that women are drawn to because it's real. Remember, it's okay to mess up sometimes. Everyone does. But if you learn from each experience and keep leveling up, you'll be miles ahead of the competition. So the next time you notice one of these tests happening, don't get frustrated. Smile. It means she's paying attention and wants to see if you're the real deal. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Drop a comment below and let me know which test you've encountered before and how you handled it. Until next time, stay confident, stay sharp, and keep improving.